I want to talk to you today about, I want to give a review of Smallville, Season 9, Episode 1, Savior, and tell you what my thoughts were about the episode. I'm going to try and do an episode for every, I'm going to try and do a review for every episode this season. I guess, to start off, I guess I'd say that I enjoyed the show. It was different than every other season premiere that there's ever been. It seemed like a new show, really, if you start to think about it compared to all the other seasons, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, it just wasn't what I was expecting, because of how every other season premiere has been. Usually we're left with cliffhangers for everybody. There was cliffhangers in this one, but it wasn't like immediate threats like there always is. Like the Season 5 finale, Clark was stuck in the Phantom Zone. Lex is kissing Lana, but he's really Zod. The city's metropolis is, on fire and everything. And then in Season 6, starts off Clark in the Phantom Zone fighting Phantoms, getting out, going, fighting Zod, and all that stuff. It's just really fast paced. That's how all the premieres are. They're usually really fast paced. This one was slower, which was good. They introduced some new characters, a lot of new characters, and I enjoyed. I liked the episode. It was less about Clark Kent and more about Superman, and I am a Superman fan, comics and movies and everything. So it doesn't bother me. He's not Superman because he still thinks that he has to choose between his human side and his Kryptonian side. But where he'll really become Superman when he realizes that there's the best of both worlds. So, I mean, it's going to take him some time, but he'll learn it pretty soon. So the review of the episode starts out. Chloe is living in the apartment that Jimmy got her. I guess that's what you can call it. It's going to be the new Watchtower where Chloe oversees the city and talks to the heroes of Metropolis and all this fun stuff. And Dr. Hamilton's back, and I'm glad because he's a part of the Superman universe. Any character that they can bring in from the Superman universe and make it a part of the show, that's what I like. And I hope he stays regularly. We see him very often. He needs to be the person that Clark comes to whenever, he's going up against characters that he needs help figuring out a weakness to, or as it seems, Metallo with next week's episode, where he can give him the scientific explanation of what's going on. I think that's what we need. Chloe has her purposes, but she shouldn't be the one to do that. And what's he going to do after she's gone, This is Allison Mack's last year on her contract, and she's basically stated that, she didn't say it, but in so many words, she was like, yeah, this is the last season. It was in an interview I read last year. But, and basically, Emil tells her, Clark's doing fine without a sidekick. And that's how it should be. Clark doesn't need to run to Chloe every time something's going wrong. He's Superman, He needs to be the one who figures the stuff out. He can get help figuring it out, but he needs to find the solution. Or, Hamilton explain what it is and tell him how he needs to stop the bad guy. Yeah, that'll work, but he can't come running to Chloe. I was like, that's not Superman. And he don't need a sidekick. He's Superman, Alright. The budget looked really good, especially compared to last year. Last year, what do we get? We got the Justice League. Aquaman jumped out of the water, a few arrows went a few places, a small fight, and then what did we get after that? We got Martian Manhunter flying into the sky, jumping out of the window with Clark, and a few flying arrows, and that was about it last season. But this year we got new scenes of the city, got the falling train. After the monorail fell and Clark called it, I thought man, all the exciting stuff's happened already. I mean, I didn't think we were going to get anything else, but no, we got flying, we got Clark trying to fly, and jumping up at the Statue of Liberty was really cool. I was just like, wow, I can't believe they're doing this. And the fight, it was a pretty good fight. I mean, it's small though, guys. They're on a TV budget. They're not going to have 30 minutes of punching and Clark using his X-ray vision and numerous people flying through walls. They have a budget, guys. I think that's what a lot of people don't realize, and it's very small compared to what it used to be. But anyways, yeah, Clark trying to fly was cool. I really liked it, and I like how it appears that Lois is getting a central part this season. Season 4, 5, and 6, and 7, she was there, but she didn't have a central part. She would only show up she's only in 13 episodes. And the thing about it was, last year she only had 12 episodes, but because so many things were happening with her, and because she was a bigger part of the episode, it was okay. I didn't even realize that she was in 12 until I read fans were upset because she was only in 12 less than that. But she had a lot more to do last year in the episodes that she wasn't. She was more important. But this year she's front and center in the story, which is what I like. I love the character Lois Lane. Erica Jarrett portrays her, she's my favorite Lois, but that's because, she's the Lois that I know, just like Tom Welling is the Clark that I know, and Aaron Ashmore is the Jimmy that I know. But anyways, even when Lois and Chloe go to talk, Chloe starts to realize that her role is changing. And that's how it needs to be. She's not going to be here forever if they go by the comic book, if they make it go like that. And so, her role does need to change. We need to have a year of it winding down to where Clark is getting the stuff he doesn't need her anymore. Yeah, she's his friend, but that role is going to be taken by Jimmy Olsen, guys. When Jimmy gets older, because he's a little kid now. But, and then, it's a sad fact for her, but it's just the way of life is. It's like when somebody moves away from you, you were their best friend, but, people have to move on. Zod, he had some good scenes, but it wasn't anything where we could tell what he's going to be like, I'm going to wait and see what happens. I'm excited for the character being here and all that stuff. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And the woman, not the ninja woman, but the woman who was talking with the other guy, and they were asking where their powers and all that stuff. Is that Feora? Feora, she took over Lois's body last season, episode 8. She's Zod's wife. Obviously she's not now, but maybe she will be. Maybe they won't even show it on this, but, is that Feora? Does anybody know? Don't write a whole bunch of spoilers on the comments, because I'm trying to stay away from a lot of them this season, because it just ruins the show for me, I think. But is that Feora? And Ollie's just going downhill everywhere, but it'll be good to see him get picked up. Clark's trying to learn to fly. They can't afford it on the budget, I don't think. But it's good that he's wanting to fly, and they're bringing it up and everything. And what is up with Chloe? Saying, she just keeps on telling Clark that it's his fault. She's saying, this is mine and we made a mistake. What, Clark tried to throw Davis into the Phantom Zone? It was your fault that he got out and he killed Jimmy. Chloe? You need to stop trying to, he blames himself, which is what he's going to do because he's Superman. But you don't need to be blaming him. Tess is as manipulative as ever. Corbin's just been set up, but I'm excited to see Metallo. And then the last scene was just really awesome. Tess kneeling down, Chloe dying, and the guy who jumped out who had a cape that looked like Tom Welling to me. Like the shadowy figure of him, even his hairstyle. And he had the Zod symbol on his chest, so maybe in that future he teams up with Zod. Ollie's in a labor camp, which is supposed to symbolize, I think, what happens to all humans. And then Lois and Clark making love together. I know that's a big excitement for Lois. But leave some comments and rate and tell me what you think. I'll try and get one every